Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures, and it's Friday, which means if you're watching it on a Friday at least, I bring to you yet another Obscurity in Literature. So today, I've got a very large, hefty book, over 700 pages. It is freaking ginormous and heavy, and it is the Toys of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. And this is probably going to be the last of the He-Man books for a while, just because I think I've got all of the ones that I really want, but this is the one that I honestly and truly really wanted the most. I grew up with He-Man, of that age, and I gotta say the mix of sci-fi and fantasy always really appealed to me. It obviously has made a lasting impression considering all of the junk that I usually show you guys on this channel. And so when I heard that they were putting this book out, I was like, oh, that's really cool, because, you know, I probably owned a good chunk of the stuff in this book when I was a kid through the years. But the thing that really interested me the most is it's not only going to cover the original. You'll notice we have everything at the bottom. We've got the original lineup. We've got all of the She-Ra stuff included as well, which is a big plus. We have the bizarre sci-fi, retro sci-fi mix of the 90s version. We've got the millennial reboot, and then we've got the collector series, which has been chugging along for I don't know how many years now and has really been off my radar. So we've got just about everything in this massive book. And not only do we have the figures themselves, but we also have all of the play sets, all of the various vehicles, and I believe that you can see here how these sections are all split up. And the biggest, largest piece is, I believe, the modern lineup. Classic artwork, as always. And like I said, we're going to just jump straight into this. See if I can position the camera in a better way to see everything on the page. So right from the get-go, each page is going to consist of the figure, various forms, views of it in the package, and then the actual packaging as well. I think that is a really cool thing to do. And then there's some various odds and ends on each of the page. We have the years that they were released. Battle Armor Skeletor. I know I had one. Again, so what's kind of cool is that on figures that have battle damage or some kind of specific action, you have a view of what everything looks like there. Battle Bones, I don't think I ever owned that. With and without figures. And I'm breaking stuff. Not very surprising. We better zoom it back out so we can see a better look. We got some interviews interspersed here. Buzz Off, 84. I know I had Buzz Off, and I lost his little hat thing. I always hated Clawful. I figured he never looked like the artwork or in the show, and that really bugged me. They should have at least given him a red body. That really, over the years, irritated me. I don't think we had many of the meaty orbs. I don't remember that one, but that looked kind of cool. Dinozorb. I know we had Dragster. I don't think we had a Dragon Walker. I always thought it looked kind of goofy. Unfortunately, we did not have many of the play sets, but I do appreciate the fact that they show everything for the Eternia play set. But then what's really cool is they've got like where all the stickers and everything go. If you remember all the backs of the boxes of the old toys like that. I always remember all the G.I. Joe sets. Good old Extendor. They have to have a view of him completely extended. Evil Lynn. Fisto. We used to make fun of Fisto a lot in our house. Faker we had. Did not have the Fright Zone. That is an ugly looking model for Gorilla. Grizzlor. I used to always play with his fur. I did have a He-Man. Never had a Horde Trooper and I wanted one. Let's see here, all sorts of vehicles. Had Man-E-Faces and Man-at-Arms. I don't remember Mega Laser. I don't recall ever seeing Megator either. That just could be me. Had Merman and Mechanic. We had Modulonk, and I want to say that he was missing some of his parts, and you couldn't actually build him the way he was supposed to be built, which really irritated me. Mosquito with all his gross blood-pumping action. Mossman smelled. We never had Stinkor or Multibot and Panther. I never cared for the felty stuff. Didn't have Orko either. We had a lot. I don't think we had Screech. We had the Sorceress version. Falcon or Falcor? I remember my friend had the Slime Pit. We had Snakeface. Let's see if there's Falcor in here. Landshark. Cobra-Con. Gwildor! We did not own a Gwildor in our house. I guess not. I swear. Yeah. Or Snake Mountain. I did have a Castle Grayskull. Eventually. I had Squeeze. And Tila. My brother had Cyclone, the one in Japan. Tiger. He was into the weird stuff like that. I don't know how many web stores we had. It seemed like we were always getting the grappling hooks on him tangled up. We'd have to go get another one. Had Whiplash. I hated his goofy head. Looking up, his rubbery tail, and his day glow skin tones. Then we get into the She-Ra stuff. I can't say I was super interested as a kid, and I tried to get my daughter to watch the remake, but she just wasn't having it because she's way too anime. I gotta say, she does watch a lot of anime. But she does watch it without the subtitles, so good for her. Of course, I'm just jazzed her brother passed the AP test as a freshman in Japanese. That was pretty cool. The 90s... I was going to say Star Wars. This isn't Star Wars. It might as well be Star Wars. Some of these vehicles and stuff. I've never really owned anything from the updated stuff. Butthead. No Beavis, though. I know my younger brother, the one in Japan, had a bunch. Karate. Nordor. No relation to Mordor. What in the world? Yeah. I don't remember that. That is atrocious. That's like Power Lords looking stuff. Of course, I liked Power Lords and owned most of it. Spinwit. Too Tall Hoove. It's like Two Take Omen. Some weird character. I mean, I didn't even know about that stuff. Commemorative edition. Okay, these are just re-releases of the original stuff in fancier packages. Alright, fine. Then we get into the more modern ones. Now, I recall wanting to pick up a lot of these, and I never did, and I thought that the figures themselves looked so much nicer than the original. The proportions were great. I really like the Beastman from this line. Beastman was the very first He-Man figure I ever owned. My aunt got it for me. I remember when we went to dinner one night at a Mexican restaurant, and it was a big long wait, and she picked it up at a store called Best. That is long gone. Just flipping and jumping. This is interesting. The roleplay toys are even in here. I don't recall seeing half of these figures. I really don't. I would have probably picked up the Snake guys. Like the King Hiss model. I thought that was pretty cool. Never saw it in flesh. That's pretty rad. I would have grabbed that too. Or Merman, because he actually looked more like the actual artwork. Prince Adam. Ram Man! There's no legs. Samurai Battle Cat. Samurai Battle Raptor. Samurai He-Man. Never saw these. Samurai Skeletor. She-Ra. Shield Strike He-Man. I probably would have picked one up. I'm sure I was picking up toys and collecting things. I've tried to abstain from collecting too much these days. Snake Armor He-Man, 2004. Never saw it. In fact, I don't think I saw any of the Snake stuff. Trap and Smash Orko. I mean, this is crazy how much stuff that came out. Whiplash I would have bought too. Never saw you, my friend. Wolf Armor He-Man. Where were these? And it's all like 2003. Jitsu, you actually look kind of cool. Wait, did these even come out? Yeah, stylized anime flair. Where is Jitsu? I didn't even know they did him. They didn't. Okay, maybe those are just like mock-ups or something? Because I'm like, Clawful looks kind of cool now. What a shame. Clam Champ even, and Grizzlor. This is interesting. I've never seen some of these. Probably because they don't exist. Real Blast. And Leech. Dang, I would have killed to have a Leech, but that Jitsu looks really nice. A shame. I don't think these were ever made. I did see those Super 7 ones, and I remember seeing the muscle style Kinnikuman ones, but then we get into the modern day stuff. Most of these I know are like mail order figures, but they've just got so much variety. So many figures that I will never see and never be able to own because they are absolutely expensive. And I think that's one of the sad things about things like this is that, you know, what was originally made for kids is no longer in the price range of kids. Well, a kid wouldn't want to play with some of this stuff. And look at all the accessories. Like a broom! I don't want broom. Giant rock dude. I don't even know who these characters are. And there's so many. There's the updated Castle Grayskull. Grayskull Man. Okay. Well, that's a cool looking lizard man dude. Serratus. Kind of like Whiplash. Karg! That is awesome. I will wholly admit to going to see He-Man the movie in the theater and enjoying it immensely. I still think that Carpenter Brute looked like Karg in their Beast Inside video or whatever it was called. Don't care for that Clawful. Count Marzo Cringer. I mean, they just look like they went all in. Demo Man. Nice to see some stuff besides just a bunch of pasty white people in here too. I would totally buy this if he did not cost hundreds of dollars. Draco Man. I'm sure he's absolutely massive. Dragstore. Multi-pack Eternian Palace Guards. Fangor looks pretty cool. Now this is awesome. Fearless Photog. I remember seeing this guy was in the special Create a Character contest, and I don't think that ever actually happened. But there were like a couple others, like one was like a big old eyeball or something. I wonder if he's in here. Evil Seed Extendar. Faceless one. There's so much freaking stuff in this. Flight Stands, Glory Bird, Goatman, the dragon from the original comic, or I guess he was in the Filmation show too. There's like a bajillion He-Men, as always. Oh, they even redid the 90s one. Interesting. Hero 2. Bunch of Hordax. That's kind of neat looking. Horde Trooper. Multi-pack Horde Troopers. I mean, I'm skipping piles of pages, too. There's just so many characters. None of this stuff ever saw the light of day. King Grayskull looks pretty cool. King Randor. Your orange tights. King He-Man. Get back to that. There's just so much. This is another big giant figure right here. And they made Luki. He was the guy that was always hiding in the She-Ra episodes, because I will admit to I watched plenty of She-Ra. Molar from Robot Chicken. I think they had a 2-pack with him. Bunch of She-Ra figures. Point Dread. Prince Adam and Ram Man. Queen Marlena. Huh. The Rock Lords. No, Rock Lords were something else. They were the GoBots or Machine Robo, but we had Rock on. Sorod was the coolest of the bad guys from the movie, and I did have the original that sparked. Scareglow we had. Shadow Beast. That's pretty neat. Another big package. Serpent King Hiss. Shakoti. I wonder if Tongue Lasher's in here. Snake Man, yay! I like Snake Man. And Snake Face. And Snake Mountain with its very Jim Henson-esque Skexy looking head on there. Big ol' expose on that. Snout Spout. Snake Troopers. I don't care for that squeeze. Spike, where we have. Goddamn Stinkor. It keeps coming. There's just more and more. I'm like trying to find Tongue Lasher. Terror. That's pretty funky. There he is, Tongue Lasher. But you're. Oh no, you have like a extra head. It looks like. Tongue Lasher was one of my favorites. Tuscador. El Tuscador. Do we have Leech? Did they redo a Leech? Such a friggin' book to turn. They did do a new Leech. Yay, I liked Leech too. We're still turning the unnamed one. Vicor. He-Man of the North. Vicron. Accessory packs, weapon packs, Wrap Trap. Interesting. Wind Raider. Web Store finally got some extra limbs. And Whiplash, unfortunately, looks kind of cheesy. I dug the more anime-esque ones. Zodak. All sorts of various. I don't know what this is. Classics from Club Grayskull. I think these are the more filmation style, multi-pose, multi-jointed. Just, you can see, as I'm just flipping and flipping pages, there is a ton of stuff. I remember the Shadow Weaver. Terrorbat looks like some one of those knockoffs would be made by like Remco or something. Now I want to go watch the new. Oh my god, what are these? Yeah, you guys look like knockoffs, I'm sorry. Transforming He-Man that glows in the dark. So yeah, absolutely massive book. Almost 20 minutes long for this video. I think that's enough. If you dig He-Man in any way, shape, or form, I absolutely suggest get this book before it becomes a ridiculously overpriced piece of text, like most of these other books will. I'll put a link down below for Amazon. I actually signed up for that new silly affiliates thing, so you guys can earn some money for the channel to help go buy more Obscurities, because you know it's going to get funneled right back into this. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.